Hi everybody, Brenda Earl-Stokes here. It's 8:30 on Monday morning, and before I started homeschooling my kid for the day, I thought I would jump in and share a quick Motivation Monday. One thing that I have resolved to do in 2021 is to be more deliberate about music making. And obviously here in New York City, we've been on pretty intensive lockdown for 10 months, and I know my friends around the world are having kind of different experiences with that, but you know, we're all living in this pandemic no matter what stage of lockdown we're in. So as I resolved early this year that I'm going to be making a video every week of myself practicing in the name of, or of performing a song in the name of trying to really put creativity at the front of all of this. And so I've created a list of 3 pandemic practice tips that I want to share with you, because these are all things that I myself have been doing. And if you're like me and you're feeling spread a little thin and a little intense because of the pandemic, these might be a few ways to help you to get kind of reconnected to your practice. And of course, my #1 goal with starting the online courses is to get everybody making music all the time. So the first practice tip that I want to share with you is to treat daily music practice as self-care. All right. So all the stress that we're experiencing with pandemic life, you know, they say we need to be practicing more self-care anyways. Certainly the parents need to be spending more time doing self-care. Obviously self-care includes drinking water, getting more sleep, you know, those kinds of things. But I would also argue that your daily practice, your creativity, is a form of self-care as well. So spending time every day singing, playing the piano, making music is a great way to invite structure and creativity into your everyday, and it will guaranteed feed your mind, your body, and your spirit for sure. So here's a few ways that I've worked on getting my space to be more of like a self-care kind of spa environment. So you want to make your space comfortable and cozy as possible. So you want to make sure that you have nice lighting. I have this just awful overhead light that's driving me crazy. So I've subsequently put in, you can see I have like an additional lamp here. I have an additional lamps on top of the piano. Oh, sorry, I almost pushed the wrong button. So anyways, showing you my lights. So I can make it very, very cozy in here. So when I'm practicing during the day or on a gray day, it's winter here in New York, I'm always guaranteed kind of a nice cozy feeling. I also went and bought warm light bulbs. So these guys here, so they're not the like white, bright, awful looking ones, like industrial feeling. These are really nice soft white light bulbs, so that makes the room really cozy. I also have candles. I have little tea lights that I have in here. I have inspirational quotes. I have pictures of all these incredible women in jazz, you know, things that I see and inspire me and make me feel really cozy. While you're at it, give yourself some private and distraction-free time. So it's the time when you sit down to practice, log out of your social media, turn your email notifications off. I mean, turn your phone off, like just do it. Put a do not disturb sign outside your door. This would be a great time to let your kids just have screen time for a half an hour so that you can take care of yourself. This is your time to get into your creativity, into your work, even if it's just a little while. And give yourself permission to sing what you want, to play what feels good, and allow yourself some time and space to take some creative detours as a self-care method. So #2 is get organized. Now, how many of us have desks and studios that are in like rough shape? So messes, piles of paper. I know I'm hearing amen from all the people out there. Lack of proper materials will really derail all of your practicing. Take an hour to get your space in shape. I did this over the winter holiday where I spent like a few hours and just like cleaned house. So the first thing you do, put all of your music in a folder or binder, putting the most recent material up front. This is my orange binder where I've been keeping all the music for my random songs I like, the videos I'm posting every week. Number 2, make sure you have your recording device, your speakers, your metronome, your notebook, your pencils, like everything that you need ready so that when you sit down to work, it's all there. Like just have your pencil cup with your pencils and pens and of course your semi-occluded vocal tract straw at the ready. So when you sit down, you've got everything ready to go. Then declutter anything from your practice space that you don't need. I found all kinds of stuff in here. Household items, bills, paperwork, anything else that's going to distract you from practicing, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. And like, whose dirty socks are these? I don't know. And then the last thing is get rid of anything that is busy or distracting to your creative flow. So if there's any small repairs that you need to make in your studio, just take a second and just do it. Like I'm getting rid of this wooden thing here that was here for something else. It's going out this week. We're going to take it off and fill it in. We're doing a couple of little paint job thingies around here just to like have it done so that when I come into my space, all I have to do is think about making music. All right. So then my third suggestion as a pandemic practice tips is, right now, most of us don't really have any concerts, rehearsals. We're not going to our choral rehearsals in person. Our usual stuff that we're doing for the most part isn't happening. So if you're used to it being in an audition cycle where you're going on auditions all the time, there's like no auditions going on, certainly not in New York. And so it's really hard to practice efficiently when our rehearsals and performances are all, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, it passed. So it's really hard to practice efficiently when our rehearsals and performances are canceled. So what are we even practicing towards? So what I'm going to suggest is it's time to find creative solutions to those like external goals that we usually have. So having goals to work towards help us stay on track, help us to stay motivated without our usual deadlines of recitals, concerts, festivals, auditions, all that kind of stuff. This is also great for your students as well. This is a great time to kind of consider abandoning your usual practice routine of things that you do in favor of like experiences and projects to kind of keep you moving along. Okay, so I made a list of a few ideas here because you know me and my lists. Here's a first idea that I had is now would be a great time to do a deep dive by learning a bunch of songs by your favorite artist or composer. So, if you love Andrew Lippa songs, like learn a whole mountain of them, right? You can say, I want to really get to know Joni Mitchell's like later works, her like stuff in the 80s. Pick something. You might want to learn a whole bunch of Charlie Parker bebop heads. Like now's the time to do all of that stuff. And this is also a great time for you to sing repertoire, pick repertoire that doesn't fit your type. There are no auditions coming up. So if you're a music theater singer and you want to sing songs that are sung by people who are not your type, now's the time. There's no auditions. There's nothing going on. Sing whatever you want. Play whatever you want. Like get into some stuff you ordinarily wouldn't. Right? Here's another kind of external goal that you could make. Film a short clip of yourself singing and playing piano and post it to social media every week to let your friends and fans know what you're up to. This is what I'm doing. Every week of this year, 52 weeks, I am going to send out a video of me performing a song that I like. The series is called Random Songs I Like, and this is how I'm keeping myself accountable to make music and be creative. Here's another suggestion. You could host a Zoom concert for your family or your friends. You could get together over Zoom with fellow singers. I mean, you guys in this group could put a group together of people you could do a feedback circle. You could share your work with each other. You could kind of give little clinics or little workshops for each other, share ideas. That's a really great thing to do. The other thing you could do is make a list of all the things that you wish you could do. So improvising at the piano, singing in Portuguese, belting high notes, playing the blues in all 12 keys. I mean, whatever is appropriate for you. I mean, for anyone taking obviously the piano skills for singers classes, like maybe there's 10 songs you could learn and accompany yourself or walk a bass line. Make the list of things and start to check them off one by one. And then you could do, this is again what I'm doing this year, is create playlists of your desert island songs, you know, your favorite songs of all time, and learn them one by one. That's what I'm doing this year. I have this really long list of songs that I've always loved, that I've never played, and that's what I'm doing this year. So anyways, those are my 3 tips, pandemic practice tips. The first one is considering music practice as self-care. The second one is getting organized so that your practice space is running well, so that when you sit down to work, you have everything you need. And then the third one is create a list of projects or goals to work towards so you have somewhere to go. So I hope this is helpful. I would love for you to leave a comment below and let me know which one of these is really floating your boat. Or if you have, what are your favorite practice, like pandemic practice tips? Share them below. Make sure you keep me posted if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week for Motivation Monday. Bye, guys.